私もそのアラフォーに鉄塔の制約を盾にされて凌辱されそうになったのですわ。
なんだと、高貴なるディルムッド家のものを泣かせるとは許せん。待て、アラフォーだと。その男の受験番号を覚えているか？
なんかすぐ死にそうな番号してた。
Ossan Newbie Adventurer episode number 2. And I think episode 1 was pretty good. Like, I thought it was one of the better showings of an EP1 of the season. EP2, though, was big. It's a big telling of kind of what we can see going forward. So let me say this. I'm going to give it one more episode. I'm at that point, kind of just, it kind of episode 2 kind of showed me all its colors, okay? I don't think there's any hidden colors of the rainbow with this episode. So I kind of have a feel of what the show is going to continue being going forward. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to give it one more episode, and after EP3, I'm going to make the decision if I'm going to keep watching or not. But let me tell you this. Are you enjoying the show? Did you really love this episode? Did you think it was some good stuff? If so, click off. Thanks for watching my video. Leave me a like, a comment, do all that cool stuff. Because here's the thing. I'm about to give you my real feelings, and I always want to make sure that people understand that, like, hey, if you're loving it, cool. This isn't going to be a positive sandwich, so just, hey, appreciate you clicking on my video, and hope you have a great day. For everybody else who sticks around, episode 2 was a big mess, and it was a little bit boring, and it's just kind of messy. So here's some of my main things. So we have Rick, right? And part of where my feelings come in is I think he's either 30 or 32 years old, okay? So at the beginning of the episode, he's feeling I think her name's, is it Lynette or something like that? I think the elf girl, I think her name's Lynette, something like that. Anyways, he's looking at her, and I guess he's having, normal dude thoughts. Rhianette. Her name's Rhianette. Rhianette Elfit. Her name's Rhianette, okay? And he's having normal dude thoughts of like, the way I take it is that he's digging her, right? But he's like, oh no, our age gap is, or too big, or I'm too old or whatever. It's like, bro, you're 30 or 32. Like, I'm 35, okay? Like, I'm just putting the energy out there. And like, if I was in a place, single dude, whatever, and I'm vibing with somebody who's, 10, 12 years younger, whatever, if the vibes are, if it's back and forth and it's good, like, I don't see a big deal there. But then you have to think about everything else. Like, he's 30 or 32, so he's still a young man. You know what I mean? I still consider a young man. They keep calling him middle age, but I'm like, it's still a young man. Like, he's not 45. Like, he's still, a young man. Basically, if you're within a throwing stone of your 20s, you're still a young man. You know what I mean? He hasn't gone gray yet. So that's kind of my first thing is the dismissiveness of, I guess, his own feelings because of his age makes zero sense to me. And especially in the anime world where sometimes you have like, teachers getting with like their students, and that age gap sometimes is like, 20 years, something like crazy. So that's my first coinkadink, okay? So that's my first kind of like nitpick. The second one is we have Rick who keeps freaking out at, cause he's only an F rank. And he's only an F rank because he just signed up. He's not an F rank, he's currently going through his, testing of his abilities. That's what he's currently doing, right? He's currently going through the testing of abilities, to go from F rank to D rank and whatever. He's currently, that's what he's doing. He's going through the testing of abilities. But he's F rank because he just signed up. He's not F rank because his abilities to the world are F rank status. He's F rank because he's brand new. It's like starting off at like McDonald's. It's like, well, it's not because you don't have the skills to be a manager. It's because you applied to be the sweeping boy, the cash register guy. You know what I mean? So it's like, you could do it. He just needs to go and show himself. So that's my second thing is he keeps, I'm only an F rank. I can't. He's like, it's impossible. And it's like, okay, I get it. You just signed up. You're new. you feel the F rank vibes, but he has Rionette with him, who's part of this S rank 𝐒𝐻𝐚 group. And although there was a moment where she was like, "Hey, do you trust me? Do you believe me?" She's like, "You can go out there and whoop 𝐜𝐿𝐼's guy's ass or whatever." And I was like, "Cool." Take it a step further. Tell Rick. It just takes like one sentence to be like, "Hey, I'm just letting you know, Rick, that you train with S rank, like the strongest people in the world. You are also along those lines. Like you're on the cusp of S rank yourself. You may not be there yet, but you have the ability." So obviously Rionette knows that. Obviously the 𝐒𝐻𝐿 people know that. So it's like, why aren't they telling him? Why are they allowing him to revel in his own misery kind of thing? It's like, just tell him like, "Hey, you trained with us. You have, we brought you up to snuff. There's nobody here that will touch you." Okay. So there's that. Then we have his interactions with the, he had the two siblings. And he interacted with the third sibling. And the third sibling is out for him. And the third sibling is an examiner of the guild. Okay, so that's where my other issue becomes, is examiners need to be held, you assume, to standards. Okay? Examiners need to be held to standards. This guy is known as like the F rank killer or something. So every scene that they have him in, he's doing blizzards and firestorms. He's basically like doing he's A rank, I believe. So he's doing A rank spells and shit to like these newbies. It's like, who is letting him do that? You would think, if I'm an examiner and I'm S rank and I'm going to examine a C rank person, I'm going to hold myself back and say, okay, this is about where a C rank, a person going into C rank should be. Instead of, extreme atomic bomb, I'm going to do poo-poo. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to keep it back and see if they can. So it's like, who's keeping examiner dude employed? Like, where's the hierarchy? Where's the structure of the guild that they're just letting him be the F rank killer or whatever? Which, right? It's just like, it makes no sense to me that he's being allowed to just destroy all of these potential people with an A rank spell, but they're only trying to go from F to D rank. You know what I mean? So it's like that. It just makes no sense to me at all. Okay, let me throw that away. So let's throw that away. Then Rick has an interaction with him, and basically he's hitting on Rionette. Rick's like, "No, it's my girlfriend." Rionette's getting happy, about it. Now he's after Rick. He calls him, a middle-aged man. There's like 5 years between them, but because he's in F rank, he's, whatever. But then he suddenly decides that because he pissed him off, he rubbed him the wrong way, and because of his siblings who are crying to him, he's going to send out his butler and like an assassination squad on Rick. Okay, so it's like, why do you care so much about this guy? And that goes back to his other siblings. Why do you care? Why do you care? Why do you care? It's like, why do they care so much about this guy? And I get it because it is part of the story. It's part of the plot, right? It's like this is his thing, his person that he has to overcome. But just in for a second, it's like, well, why do they care so much about this? What they quote as a nobody F rank old dude, I don't know. The show has potential. I think it's definitely one of those to where it's like, okay, if you turn your brain off kind of thing, and you don't really think about the story, the plot, the characters, basically, if you don't think about anything besides just, some, it'll have maybe a couple of funny moments here and there. Maybe there's something here. But episode 2 kind of showed me like it's going to continue to be that thing of where he just continues to not be confident and not trust his abilities. And maybe by, the episode 8 or 9, he'll finally be like, oh yeah, I can really do it. So I don't know. Anyway, that's where I'm at. This episode was a wet fart. I think this episode was like a 5 out of 10 for me. It wasn't very good. Which sucks because I think episode 1 was decently good. But it's like when animes establish these shticks or these tropes and then like it's just like that's what the show is, it gets old like extremely quickly. So yeah. Anyways, those are my thoughts. For those who don't agree with me, I am interested to see what your thoughts are in the comments. For those who are on the positive train, who really love it, hey, there's no, like that's how you are perceiving the anime, and that's real. So let me know why in the comments. Let me know if I'm just being. I mean, a lot of times I am just being really nitpicky, but that's how I gauge my enjoyment. So let me know your disagreement or agreement. I'm interested to see both comments. So I'll see you in the next video, my friends. I'll see you next week for episode 3, maybe the last episode I cover this show. All right, peace.